Now let's go courtside for the start of the action.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Paul. Welcome to Michigan High School District Boys Basketball Playoff Action. I am Bill Geyer along with Coach Mike Alley and the entire St. Clair Cable Channel production crew to bring you all this exciting action of high school sports at their best. Tonight's district tournament action will be between the Saints of St. Clair and the Marine City Mariners. And as everyone rises and takes off their hats, we'll now have the start of the national anthem. Of the national anthem here at Marine City High School.
As you watch this game, remember that high school athletic events are a classroom by themselves, a classroom where ethics, integrity, and respect are key elements to learning regardless of the final score. The athletic skills today displayed today by the participants will serve them only for a few years. The sportsmanship displayed today will provide a lesson for a lifetime for all in attendance. The educational value of this event is more important than its outcome. Respect for others, including opponents and officials, is one of those values. There are no excuses for taunting and trash talk. Remember, good sports are winners. And now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game between the Mariners of Marine City High School and the Saints of St. Clair High School. We will introduce the starting lineups by alternating teams to show the spirit of good sportsmanship. First, the visiting squad, the Mariners of Marine City High School. At forward, 6'2", senior, number 35, Matt Becker. St. Clair forward, 6'2", senior, number 21, Sean Grice. Marine City forward, 6'1", senior, number 55, Ron Tenyer. St. Clair forward, 6 foot junior, number 35, Ron Kotecki. Center for the Mariners, 6'3", senior, number 33, Wes Hammer. Playing center for the Saints, 6'4", senior, number 51, Chris Sheffron. Starting at guard for the Mariners, 5'9", senior, number 11, Phil Bradford. Saint guard, 5'11", senior, number 13, Nate Larch. Playing guard for the Mariners, 5'11", senior, number 15, Nick Mastry. And Saint guard, 5'9", senior, number 23, Glenn Barnum. Head coach of the Mariners, Dave Seddon, assisted by Bill Westerhoff, Jeff Austin. Head coach of the Saints, Tony Monte, assisted by Tom Franz and Tom Stevenson. Your officials for today's game, Mr. Tom Ritus and Mr. Marcus Endicott. Official scorer, Mr. Ted Richley. Excuse me, timer, Mr. Ted Richley, and the official scorer is Mr. Bill Amiel.
Chuck Windsor on the public service announcements for the starting lineups. Well, Mike, what do you expect from tonight's game? It's pretty much, like I said earlier, throw the records out and let both teams come in and play it.
I'm sure both teams are going to come in and play. The thing I think we're going to see tonight, obviously, is both teams are going to, throw caution into the wind, and they've got nothing to wait around for. But coming in, if you really think St. Clair is going to win, I think you're thinking with your heart and not your head. For St. Clair to win tonight, every one of the 5 kids out there really has to put together one of their best games, and they're capable of it. We saw it against Emily City, where they played just an outstanding game. Chris Jaffron, I think, is just a must that he plays well.
And there's Marine City at the start. Mastery, basket's good.
And I think that's an indication of what's to come. I think Marine City's going to try to have their guards penetrate, break down the defense, and then use their strength and size inside to try and wear the Saints down. Where the Saints, I think, on the offensive end, really Larch has got to have a big game from the outside. Barnum needs to penetrate. Shaffron has to keep doing what he's been doing, which is he's been playing just fantastic. And the man right there, 35, needs to have a big offensive game.
Foul for St. Clair was on Barnum, his first, team's first. Mastery made good on the free throw. 3-0, early stages of the game. Marine City on top. Kotecki with the rock, dribbles into the paint. Is fouled, and that's going to be on Kammer for Marine City.
Kammer or Tenure?
Check that. You're right, 55, that is Tenure.
So that's an excellent move by Kotecki, driving inside, trying to obviously convert, but also possibly getting one of the big kids from Marine City in foul trouble. The quicker they can get Tenure out of the game, the better the chances are for the Saints, because offensively, Ronnie Tenure inside is just a load. He is extremely hard to stop.
Kotecki missed the first free throw, missed the second one. Coach, what do you see with Ronnie's free throws? We know he struggled the other night against Croslex. He comes up 0 for 2 on that attempt. Just shooting flat, really. It looks like.
both looked flat. It almost looked like he's lost a little confidence in it.
Normally an excellent free throw shooter because he's a good three-point shooter. There's Tenure from the corner. Shot's no good. Rebound, Shaffron. Like you said, Shaffron gets on the boards early.
Oh, he's been playing fantastic.
Larch dribbles in, nice shuffle pass to Shaffron. He's going to go up strong with it, no good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it on the floor. Goes up strong again. Partial contact, no call.
Hey, Chris needs to keep doing that. I've always said that getting your shot blocked is not necessarily a bad thing. Next time down the floor, you give a pump fake, and that shot blocker then is jumping out of the gym on you.
Becker to Mastery. Cross-court Bradford looking inside. Nothing going. Mastery up top to Becker. Back up top to Mastery. To Becker swinging around the top. Tenure in the corner. Becker to Mastery. Mastery puts on the floor. Dribble penetrate against Barnum. Kicks out Becker to Tenure in the far corner. Tenure cross-court Bradford. Bradford lost it. Barnum comes up with it. Barnum on the run across the timeline. Decides to slow it up for the Saints. Hits it to Kotecki. And what we got here, a traveling call.
Yep.
And Coach Monty knows for sure you can't have those kind of turnovers in a game like this. With this kind of magnitude, you got to be able to protect the basketball.
Well, you're playing a team that's, 19-3. You really need to play a perfect game. And that's what we were saying to start with.
Mastery tonight inserted in the starting lineup for Zimmerman, who is sick. And there's a traveling call right there.
Bradford also is in for Cottrell.
Couple traveling calls early on Kotecki for St. Clair and Mastery for Marine City. Ball's turned back over to St. Clair. 3-0. St. Clair still not able to get on the scoreboard. A chance to get a couple free throws. Kotecki missed both those. 5:54 left first quarter. Barnum to Shaffron. Sheffrin up top, camera on him. Hands it off to Larch. Larch puts it on the floor, drives baseline, loses it. Becker comes up with it. Tenure brings it up the floor.
The new point guard.
Yeah. Becker to Mastery. Mastery looks to go on Grice. He does. Baseline. Pass inside, almost stripped by Barnum.
That was a nice job by Cameron to keep that alive.
Bradford to Becker. Cross to Mastery. Looking inside to Cameron. Nothing
Cameron's
going.
doing his best to try and pin.
Becker shots up, no good. Rebound, Grice. To Barnum. Both teams having a hard time scoring. Larch brings it in the hole. He's going to draw the foul on Bradford. Coach Sutton wants a timeout. Coach, why all of a sudden you want to, is this team a little shaken, or why do you think he wants a timeout so quickly?
Obviously, he sees something he doesn't like defensively. I noticed the last time down the floor, a couple of the Mariners had their back turned to the ball as they were jogging down. This past time down the floor, I'm not real sure. I really wasn't watching that part of the play, but as far as coaching goes, when you see your team just jogging down the floor and letting the ball zip by you, that's a sign for concern.
It's a good point that you brought up, because St. Clair has been able to get the quick break, I should say, on Marine City, beat them down the court off their miss. St. Clair's still not able to score. 3-0 first quarter, 5:12 left. If you're just joining us, we're at Marine City High School for district action. Finals, St. Clair and Marine City. Obviously, Marine City favored in this one, but don't tell St. Clair that.
No. Now, St. Clair, we've said all along, they're going to come out and they are going to play hard. So regardless of what the records are, especially when it's St. Clair Marine City, you're in for a very physical, tough battle.
I'd have to say tonight, the team that wins this one is going to be the team that has the better bench players. And from what I've seen with Marine City, if Zimmerman and the Cottrell you said are out, it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Sutton has to work with.
Well, we'll see how much they're out, whether just because they're not starting, if they're not going to play or not. They both went through warm-ups. I'd be surprised if we didn't see those two in a game.
I agree, too. I think they'd almost want to play if they were sick. If
they
were on their deathbed, they'd still want to play. They want to be in this one. It's a big game. Larch finally gets on the scoreboard for St. Clair, hits both free throws. Foul on Bradford for Marine City to send Larch to the free throw line. That's his first, team's second.
No, geez. Camera was cutting to the basket there.
Mastery on top. St. Clair is a little 2-3 zone here. Is this what they're in? Looks like it.
Almost looks like a matchup zone, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that is what they're in. St. Clair, Mr. Monty's like to use the matchup zone. He's used it a couple times this year, and that's what it looks like.
Throwing a little wrench in the works.
Camera takes it strong to the hole. He's blocked by Sheffrin. Larch picks up his dribble. And another traveling call on St. Clair. Coach Monty obviously not happy with that call at all. And we're going to have a substitution. First sub of the game. Chris Mullen for St. Clair.
Chris Mullen
Checks in. Sharpshooter for him. He's junior on the squad. Junior guard. He'll be back next year.
Yep. Hasn't seen a lot of minutes this year, but is just one heck of an athlete.
Yeah.
And he has got wheels.
Mastery to Bradford. Back to Mastery. Becker to Mastery. Cross court. Bradford. Back to Mastery. Lindsay doing a nice job swinging it around the top. Looking inside, St. Clair's doing a nice job clogging up the middle. Holding Marine City's two big guys, Tenure and Cammer, in check so far. Mastery with Barnum on him to Bradford. Bradford puts it on the floor, Mullen checks him. Mastery head fake, puts it on the floor, dribbles in against Barnum, nothing going. Swings it to Bradford, Bradford back to Mastery. Mastery puts it on the floor to Becker. St. Clair doing a nice job on defense.
Yes, they are.
Becker finds a seam, kicks it off to Cammer, not ready for it. Has to kick it back out to Becker. Becker to Mastery.
Well, you're seeing the best of both worlds here.
Jeez, I guess.
Real good defense by the Saints and excellent patience by the Mariners.
And as you say that, the crowd responds to it. Master dribble penetrates, nothing going. Kentucky the rebound. You don't like to see anything better than for your defense to hold Marine City like that and come up with a kind of a forced shot there. St. Clair's got to be happy with that possession on Marine City's part. Now Grice drives baseline. He's going to take it all the way, lay it up, no good. Rebound Mullen. His shot's up and in.
Left-handed. I don't know if Chris is left-handed or not, but he used his left hand well there.
Nice job on Grice's part there to dribble in and break down the defense. Mullen came right in and picked up the loose ball and put it up and in. 4-3. 3:14 left to go, first quarter. Becker from Marine City to Bradford in the corner. Back to Becker.
That's one of the, that last possession, one of the disadvantages that Ronnie Tinier has is a smaller guy, I think, would have probably drawn an offensive charge there.
And there's a turnover for Marine City. Mullen comes up with it, gives it to Barnum. Barnum head fake on Mastery, shots up, no good, rebound Tinier.
Hey, Chris Mullen is making things happen right now.
Definitely. And so is St. Clair's defense. Here's Becker for three, no good. Rebound Shaffron, and there's going to be a foul on Bradford.
I think that's 2 on him.
Yeah, I think you're right. St. Clair's helter-skelter defense, so I try to spit that one out, is causing havoc for Marine City. And here's our answer, Coach. He's bringing in his 5 subs after this. Marine City coach is. Zimmerman, Van Team, Sadlowski, Cottrell, and that's it. And Tinier stays in there. So we'll see how long the condition of Cottrell and Zimmerman are able to hold up. Not much of a run and gun game though as of yet. St. Clair's tried to slow it down and they've done a good job of it so far. Tim Larson checks in. We got a little confusion. Larson checks in for Shaffron.
Shaffron has to wait for some reason. I'm not real sure why.
I think he's going to go back in for Grice.
But I'm not sure why he had to wait.
Back to action. Barnum to Grice. Grice back to Barnum. Barnum puts it on the floor to Kotecki. Kotecki puts it on the floor, gives out to Larson. Larson thought about three-point shot, gives it to Grice. Grice gets a screen from Larson to Kotecki. Back to Barnum. Barnum thought about three-point shot, puts it on the floor, goes baseline, cut off there by Van Team. Barnum, nice pass inside Grice. Grice takes to the hole strong, shots up, and good.
Nice shot.
6-3 St. Clair, 2:08 left to go, first quarter.
Well, things are getting awful physical inside.
Definitely, yes. Zimmerman to Cottrell, puts it to Van Team. Van Team thought about the shot, picks it up, hands off to Sadlowski. Van Team to Cottrell, to Zimmerman, back to Cottrell. Van Team in the corner. Marine City looking a little confused here.
Well, I think a lot of that is Chris Mullen,
Shot
to be honest.
Shot by Tinier was no good. Barnum tried to save it. Kind of tripped over his own player and fell out of bounds.
I think Mullen's guarding 3 people out there.
Here comes Beck for St. Clair. He's going to check in for Barnum. 1:41 left to go, first quarter. Saints doubled up on Marine City, 6-3. Marine City came out early, scored the first 3 points.
Here's the oldest out-of-bounds play in the world.
Gone blank after that. Sadlowski in the corner, don't leave him wide open. Shots up short. Rebound Mullen. To Beck. Beck for St. Clair to Kotecki. Kotecki, 3-point shots on the way. It's good.
So that whole release was a lot different than what we've seen on his free throws.
Cottrell dribble penetrates, kicks it to Van Team. And Van Team lost it, but out off Mullen. 9-3 St. Clair. Coming out storming out of the gates of this ball game.
And they need to keep this intensity up.
Yes, definitely. So, Van Team to Sadlowski. Sadlowski doubled up by Mullen and Kotecki. Zimmerman's first shot of the game, nothing but net there. St. Clair knows they can't leave him wide open for sure. No matter how sick he is, yeah.
Good help there by Cottrell.
48 seconds left. Kotecki crossed the timeline to Shaffron. Shaffron's gonna take it up, no good. Larson gets the rebound, he puts it up, no good. Kotecki, and we're gonna have a foul on Sadlowski. St. Clair being very aggressive on the offensive boards.
Very aggressive, and Marine City right now is doing a very poor job of boxing out.
9-6. 40 seconds left to go as St. Clair will inbound. Kotecki down to our right. Inbound to Beck. Beck with Cottrell on him, swings it to Mullen. St. Clair will probably go for last shot unless they get something really good. Mullen to Beck. Back to Larson. Marine City picking up the defense here a little bit. Larson pass inside Shaffron.
Well, I'm not sure that was a real good.
He had to thread that one in there.
Yeah.
That was a tough pass.
He had 3 people around him. You know, and with 24 seconds left, I'm sure Coach Monty's thinking last shot anyway.
Right.
Unless you got to give me a layup of some sort, I would forget about that.
Larson to Beck. Beck puts it on the floor. Looking for help.
He needs to go somewhere.
To Mullen. 11 seconds left. Mullen, now he's going to get in trouble there. Dribbles out of it.
There's speed.
Larson. And dribbles it off the foot.
He's lucky that, or he's not lucky. Sedlowski's lucky he didn't get a foul there because I think he gave him a little shove on the way by.
4 ticks left. First quarter. Sadlowski to inbound.
5 seconds. Don't let Zimmerman have the ball here, guys.
Plenty of
5 seconds, enough time for him.
Plenty of time.
Ooh.
And Beck, nice job there, knocking it out of bounds.
3 seconds. So you might be able to run an out of bounds play here.
Oh, plenty of time left for sure. 2 seconds is a lot of time to get a good shot off, a fairly good shot anyway. As Sadlowski looks at 3-point shot. Oh, just off the iron. That was from half court, but what a win, it would have counted.
Yep.
End of the first quarter. Exciting one for St. Clair. 9-6, Saints on top.
Well, this is almost a good news, bad news quarter for the Saints because they came out and they played extremely well.
Definitely so.
I mean, the fire was in their eyes. Just like we said at the start, Chris Shaffron hit the boards hard. He was doing a nice job. They got a tremendous lift from Chris Mullen coming in off the bench, okay? And they played very, very well. Offensively, so-so, but as far as their game plan and hustling and defense and so on, their intensity, you couldn't have asked for more. The bad news part of that is the Mariners have looked extremely frustrated on offense. Defensively, they're not really boxing out, but you know the Saints are only up by 3. So from the Saints' standpoint, to play that well and only be up by 3, you sort of shrug your shoulders a little bit. But I'm sure Coach Monty would rather be up by 3 than down by 3.
Now, I was just kind of wondering this when I looked up to the scoreboard. St. Clair is the home team tonight. You might be able to tell a little more about that. Why would they be the home team tonight if Marine City's hosting the district?
It all has to do with the brackets
The
and when you pull the names out of the hat.
Okay. So I didn't really realize that until I looked up the score at the end of the first quarter.
Didn't either until you said that. Now it's going to confuse me.
Yeah, me too. Cottrell to Van Teen in the corner, started the second quarter. And another turnover there on the St. Clair 2-3 matchup zone.
That was just a poor choice by Ryan.
Larson in the corner to Shaffron. Shaffron puts it on the floor, goes up strong. Shot's partially blocked, gets his own rebound. Shaffron up again. Good. Boy, with camera out of there, he's kind of eating the boards alive.
And that really shouldn't happen. Tenier's a big guy.
Zimmerman from deep.
Yeah, Sedlowski definitely can get up. Oh, that's a tough break, Chris.
Yeah. Traveling called on Shaffron. 11-6, St. Clair. Grice set the check back in for Kotaki. Boy, I don't think anybody expected St. Clair to come out in this 2-3 zone. This is really causing trouble for Marine City.
Yes.
They're going to have to find somehow to break it. Of course, as everyone knows, when you play a 2-3 zone, there's always going to be seams. You just got to try to find those seams and try to break them down.
Yeah, you penetrate a seam, you make 2 guys guard you, and then someone else is going to be open. I'm sure the thinking, though, is St. Clair's been basically a man-to-man team all year.
Cottrell from top.
Oh, my.
No good. Rebound, Larch. 3-point shot by Cottrell is long off the backboard. Barnum. Looking inside, nothing going there. Cut off to Grice. Grice puts it on the floor, goes baseline. Nearly threw it away. Larson saves it. Almost threw it away again. Larson on the floor finally gets it himself. Shuffles it to Shaffron. Shaffron goes up with it. No good. Rebound, Zimmerman.
A lot of contact.
Definitely they're letting a lot go so far. Tenure in the corner. Air ball. I think Marine City's kind of rushing their shots.
It seemed like it.
I don't think they're looking for their shots so far. Grice slows it up to Larch. Larch going to pull up for the shot. Long. Rebound, Shaffron. Boy, Shaffron's doing the job, as you said. Shot up, no good.
That's okay. He needs to stay at it.
Well, like you said, Coach, if Shaffron does a nice job tonight, they're going to be in the game, and he's carried a big load for him tonight, and they're doing a nice job. There's 11-6, St. Clair on top, 6:12 left. Kick out to Zimmerman for 3. Good. Boy, he had no spin on that ball at all. The knuckleball there.
Well, he can shoot.
Oh, definitely. He nailed it. 11-9. Zimmerman comes off the bench, hit 2 triples, brings Marine City back to within 2. 3-point shot keeping Marine City alive. Pass inside Shaffron from Barnum. Kicks back out top to Barnum. Barnum thought about the three.
And Chris is about to collapse out there. Chris Shaffron, he is tired.
Nice drive there by Grice. He lays it up and in, split the seam. And found the hole for two. 3 subs set to check in, 2 for Marine City, 1 for St. Clair. As Sadlowski, nice pass down to Tenyer. He lays it up and in. That's what Marine City needs to do right there. 13-11 as Barnum crosses court to Larch. Larch puts it on the floor. Mugged by 2 Marine City players, comes up with it. Grice decides to set it up for St. Clair. Gives it to Larch. Larch puts it on the floor. To Barnum. Barnum from way deep. Long off the iron. Rebound. Larson. Nice job there, Larson. Tipped away almost by Cottrell. Comes into the hands of Larch. His shot's no good. Wait. Helter-skelter action here.
A lot of contact.
Look out. That could be a big hit there. You don't want to run into that wall.
No.
Crowd like that one. Zimmerman from deep. Short. Rebound Grice. Nice rebound there by Grice. Zimmerman getting good looks. 2 for 4 so far tonight from the free. Larson to Larch. And what do we have?
Yep.
Another travel called.
Yep, a little bit of a travel.
So far, this has really been a run and gun type game for both teams. I don't think St. Clair wants to get into this type of game. And Marine City, this is their type of game right here.
Yeah, to a certain degree. But, you know, if I'm sure if St. Clair sees an opportunity to get an easy bucket or fast break, then they're going to take it. I don't think St. Clair wants to force the issue. But, you know, if they have a chance to push it where they'll have numbers, then they should take that, which they are.
Becker to Mastery is checked that. Then Mastery and Tenyer and Becker all check in as Grice for, or excuse me, as Kotecki for St. Clair. And Becker for the Mariners, looking inside for Sadlowski. St. Clair doing a nice job. Mastery drives, kicks out to Becker. Becker puts on the floor. What do we got here? 3 second, no, yeah, 3 second call.
Yep.
And that almost always occurs when a team dribble penetrates and kicks it out, and the one guy thinks he's going to shoot the 3, and instead pump fakes the guy and is going for the offensive rebounds, trapped.
You got numbers.
Nice job there, dribbling through the press. Gives it to Larson. Larson's going to go up with it strong, score it. 15-11. 3:40 left to go. First half. Mastery to Becker. Becker back to Mastery up top. Back on him. Zimmerman mulling all over him defensively. Zimmerman still with the ball. Kicks it inside to Kammer. He loses it. Becker's down on the floor for it. He comes up with it. Gives it to Mastery. Mastery dribble penetrates. Up with the shot. Good. Bottom of the net there for Mastery. Pretty little jump shot.
Yes.
And that's what he really needs to do, because he can do that. He can break down to defense.
Yes, he can.
And score just like that, as he showed there. Back to Mullen. Mullen to Kotecki up top. Kotecki to Grice. To Beck. Beck puts it on the floor. Little flip shot up, no good.
Two-hander.
Mastery with the board. Coach Seddon tells him to slow it down a little bit. To Zimmerman, back to Mastery. To Becker. Becker to Mastery up top. Pass in, that's going to be foul on Grice. You look at the foul situation, and 2:31 left to go first half. There's not very many fouls up on the board at all. The refs are letting a lot go this game, which is, kind of good in a good sense. I think that's what's kind of forcing the tempo, a little up-tempo game.
Well, I'm sure the Marine City fans think that the Saints should have more fouls, and vice versa. The Saints should think that the Mariners should have more, but as long as one team isn't getting a big advantage, then the refs letting this go really is not a bad thing.
Fouls on Grice. That's his first, team's second. Yeah, you heard me right. It's their only second team foul with 2:27 left to go, first half. With all the contact you've seen in this game, you think it'd be more than just 2 team fouls. Zimmerman to Becker up top. Beck on him. Picks up his dribble, swings it to Mastery. 15-13, St. Clair. Zimmerman to Mastery, looking inside. Gives it to Kammer. Shots up, no good. Rebound batted around in the paint. Beck comes up with it. Nice job there on Kammer's part to dive down after loose ball.
Yep.
Mastery, he loses it. Foul by Mullen. And Chris actually, luckily not to get a technical there. As
Yeah.
he kind of showed his.
This particular official is very good, and he understands that kids get caught up in a moment for a second. I think if Chris would have went on about it, then he might have got one, but he knows. And Chris, on the other hand, the more he plays, will realize that
right.
anytime you have that wrap around, there's a good chance that they're going to call a foul,
Almost
whether
all
you
the
hit him
time.
or not.
Right. Almost always call that one. Mastery to Sadlowski, back up top. Becker puts on the floor against Kotecki. Cut off there.
You know, one thing the Mariners are not doing right now is they'll get that ball up the high post to like Sadlowski right now.
And turn around and look.
And he does not turn around and look at the basket.
St. Clair pressure defense. Certainly the thing to talk about this first half. They're doing the job. Van Team checks back in. Beck gets a screen by Mullen. Beck still with the ball for St. Clair.
Chris's screen there really didn't have the impact that Tenyers did.
Yeah, saw that. To Beck. Beck, little 5-foot jump shot. Good. 1:16 left to go, first half. St. Clair surprisingly on top by 4, 17-13. As many didn't think they'd be up like this, but
that's the reason they play the games.
Right, certainly don't tell Coach Monty that and his kids. Pass inside to Kammer, kicks back out top. Zimmerman to Mastery, shots up no good. Tapped up and in, no good. Ball's batted around. Zimmerman comes up with it, 52 seconds left first half. Zimmerman to Sadlowski, he's gonna launch away the three. Long off to Aaron, to Zimmerman. He's gonna go out bad and no good. Comes out to Mastery, he's gonna take it in. Nice dish to Kammer, he lays it up and in. Oh, that was pretty there. As I said, you know, he does that more often, and that's gonna be a basket every time.
Yeah, that went off Aaron Beck's fingers there.
Boy, this place erupts with 33 seconds left to go, first half. Mastery with a nice blind dish to Kammer. He lays it up and in, and then Mastery knocks it away from Beck on the inbounds play. And Beck lost it out of bounds, turns it back over to Marine City with 33 seconds left. Zimmerman to inbound up top to
well, that's a poor
Mastery.
pass.
That's a terrible pass. And Barham's going to get the lay-in.
Yep.
Boy, don't fall asleep against St. Clair. They'll make you pay, as that just happened right there. 19-15. Sadlowski to Van Team. Van Team puts it on the floor. Shots up, air ball, rebound Kotecki. 12 seconds left.
I'm surprised that the Mariners took that shot.
I think they'd go for last shot.
Yeah.
Boy, if St. Clair gets a basket here, it'll be big for them.
Huge.
Bryce for three. Long off the iron. That might do it. Shafran launches. It's good. No good. Thought it was going to be good there. Just off the iron. That ends it for the first half. St. Clair's up 19-15, and we're going to go down to Paul Digman, our producer, who's standing down at the baseline with some notes.
Thank you very much, fellas. It certainly is exciting, 19-15. And we're here at the Marine City High School gym. We've got some guests for you during the halftime from the Times-Herald. Once again, Brian, nice to see you, Brian Marshall. Another exciting first half.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of the other night, Marine City Marysville. Marysville played a great zone defense, and St. Clair is doing that tonight. Probably playing it even better. Contesting every shot, shutting down the lanes, doing a great job. And on the other end, I've been a little surprised. Marine City's defense hasn't looked that good. They haven't given up a lot of points because St. Clair's missed some shots, but the Saints are getting just about any shot they want, which is a little surprising.
They're going to, whoever wins tonight goes on to Yale. Is it Monday or Tuesday?
Tuesday they play. Yeah.
And how's that competition stack up?
I knew you were going to ask that. I haven't even looked. I've been just trying to get through the week, so I haven't looked that far ahead, but there'll definitely be a good team or two in that regional.
Were there any surprises in this district so far?
I think it's gone pretty much as planned. The St. Clair Croslex game was considered pretty much up for grabs, so no big surprise that St. Clair won there. And Marine City was supposed to get past Marysville, so no, not really. Pretty much as planned.
One thing I just want to comment on, normally kids say that the papers don't cover them, but I think you guys have been doing a super job this year.
Well, thanks. We try to be fair and keep it even. It's hard to please everybody, though. Appreciate it.
Okay, well, thanks for stopping by from the Times-Herald. Mr. Rose, we're going to try and get a couple other guests here. Can you get Mr. Rose there, please? And we'll have hopefully Mr. Root from Marine City High School, too. Here he comes right now, the principal of St. Clair High School, Mr. Rick Rose. Exciting.
Well, hey, it's been a great game. This is what MHSAA basketball is all about at tournament time, on any given night, and 4-point lead for the Saints is good omen, maybe.
Well, it's been a fun year for basketball, for volleyball, for girls basketball. Sports are very important, but what else is going on at school?
Well, there's a lot going on at school. We just finished a heavy week of testing, as everybody knows in the community. Certainly if you had a junior, the high school proficiency exam was given for the first time. We were pleased with certainly the performance of our kids and how well they appeared to do. And, you know, we'll know like everyone else in August how well they did. But, you know, I'm hopeful that we did well for the first time. We haven't done anything extra to prepare for it. We're going to use this data as baseline data to see where our program needs to improve, and I think that's what the state's looking for, is to align your curriculum to the test once you see, you know, how you're doing already, and that's what we'll find out in August.
We've got a growing district. Superintendent Shorkey was on with us the other evening, and he talked about the possibilities of a bond issue and some new buildings. What's that all about?
Well, of course, the board, probably the toughest decision since I've been here for 8 years is exactly what was going to come down in this bond issue. And I know for a long time they talked middle school, and that the last few months, let's say, they started talking high school. I think that, I mean, I would be remiss to say that I wasn't excited about the possibilities of a high school, but I think more importantly, the most important part of that issue is not necessarily a high school or renovations here or there, it's the technology part of it. Because every month that we wait, I feel our kids slip a little bit farther behind in technology. If you looked in my building, I've got Apple IIes and IBM 286s, and those are really behind the times. We need to get our kids up on the modems and on the internet with fast computers and start having them talk to other classrooms around the state. And there's lots of exciting options that we just don't have available. And the other part of that is the interactive TV between the two districts. Between Marine City High and St. Clair High, the chances of offering maybe some small classes that we can't possibly get in one location only by combining them interactively in TV and having a teacher and some students in one site and students from another site learning at the same time.
We've got your counterpart from Marine City High School coming up here, Mr. Bob Rude, principal of Marine City High School. What do you think of the game so far?
Well, it's not exactly what we expected, but we didn't think that St. Clair was going to come down here and exactly lie down for us. So it's a good game. It's a good rivalry in a great district. So.
Okay. We've been talking about improvements, about technology, things that are going to be happening in the district. It's an exciting time to be in this district.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I've always thought that East Chan has been a premier district all along, but if we could get this bond issue through, I think this would just make us a fabulous district. The improvements that we're talking about here would only benefit kids in this district.
Well, I thank you both for stopping by. Any predictions about the second half?
No predictions necessarily. I'm out of the prediction business, but I want to thank you, Paul, and certainly Channel 6 and the City Commission and everyone in St. Clair for the opportunity to bring these games to senior citizens, people who can't make a game, a chance for somebody to come to a game and then see it and not have to worry about their, missing something, and they can review it in their own minds and then play it back at home. It's just been outstanding. The fact that we've done a swim meet this year and all our home volleyball at St. Clair, and I know Marine City is starting to get involved in that. Yep. It's just great for both St. Clair and Marine City.
Well, I'm glad you bring that up because there's been so many volunteers that have made it possible. One camera guy by the name of Jeff Westrick, who's out in the truck, Bruce Halliday, April Jones. The list just goes on. Kurt LaFrance behind this camera right here. Without them, and Kurt's giving us a big wave here, without them it obviously couldn't get done. So we thank all of the volunteers, and if you're interested, give us a call at City Hall and we'll get you involved too. We'll be back to the start of the game in just a minute.
And welcome back to the start of the second half. 19-15, St. Clair on top. Coach Alley, what do you see for the prediction of the rest of the second half? What do you see Marine City changing offensively? And I don't think St. Clair's going to change anything overall.
No, well, if I was St. Clair, I wouldn't change a thing. Obviously, their zone defense has got Marine City stymied just a little bit, and Marine City seems to be standing around just a little bit offensively. I'm sure Coach Seddon's made some adjustments offensively to try to correct that. So we'll have to see how they come out. St. Clair just needs to keep the intensity up. They cannot go out there and play like this is just another game. If they settle in like they're just going through the motions, or like, yeah, we're up by 4, we can play with these guys, I think they might be in for a rude awakening. They need to just stay extremely intense like the first 2 quarters.
Enough said there. Only 1 half to play left for one of these 2 teams. We'll find out who it is shortly enough. Schaffer, nice dish to Grice. He goes up strong with it, and good. Boy, that was pretty there. A little backdoor play between Schaffer and Grice.
Very athletic move there by Grice.
He likes that little up and under move underneath the basket coming up on the other end. Bradford to Mastery, cross court Becker. St. Clair staying in this matchup zone.
Now they're going to go to a little bit of an overload here.
Oh, there you go, right there from Marine City to break it, and that does the job there as Kammer.
You know, we really didn't see that the first half.
And here's something different right here, a little full court press by Marine City.
Yeah, Marine City, I'm sure, wants to get the tempo up just a little bit.
Schafrin, short, rebound Kammer.
Here we go.
To Mastery. Mastery's going to look to slow it and set it up. 21-17, Becker. To Mastery, back to Becker.
Overload on this side.
Mastery to Tenure.
Oh, Ronnie, you got to think about shooting that.
Cross court to Bradford. Bradford puts on the floor, shots up on the way, no good. Rebound. Batted around. I think it's going to be off Marine City player.
Yeah, it's going to have to
yes,
be.
Yes, it is.
That time, Tenure got the ball inside, about 12 feet from the hole. He was turned and faced the basket and didn't even look to shoot the ball.
Barnum to Larch. Larch back to Barnum. Into Grice.
See, and that time Grice did what we were saying Marine City should have looked to do earlier. He got the ball, he turned and faced the basket, made a quick move to the hole. And something good happened.
Like you said, he drew the foul on Mastery. His second, team's first. 6:43 left, third quarter. Larch to Barnum.
You know, and something else, when you do that, more times than not, you're going to draw 2 people to you, which is going to open up somebody else.
Kotecki to Barnum, back to Kotecki. Thought about the shot, puts on the floor, goes baseline. Nice move there. Lays it up just a little hard. Got a nice screen from Schafrin. Mastery, show and go. Nice save there by Kammer. And Bradford's going to look to set it up. Now he's going to look to shoot the 3. It's on the way, nothing but net there.
Boy, Phil Bradford is another one of the Marine City very streaky shooters.
And Schaffer might have a lay-in here as he goes up again. Oh, partially blocked by Kammer. You see Kammer gave him a little elbow there to tell him not to think twice about coming back in here. As Becker drives the lane, he loses it. Out of bounds, back to St. Clair. We might have a little hot blood going on here.
I think the officials are discussing something.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but you have to know that there's going to start being some hot blood between these 2 teams. You know, they know each other really well.
Yes.
This is on the line for the title here.
Bragging rights, for one thing, and the second thing, we've said all along, this is a very, very physical game. The officials are letting things go, you know, and when that happens, a lot of times the kids just try to get just a little more physical, see how much they can get away with. You know, and to back up a little bit, if you're going to take the ball to the hole against West Kammer, you're going to have to take it strong.
Well, as any good coach will tell you, and both these coaches will agree, and I'm sure you'll agree with this one too, for Marine City, it's hard, especially against St. Clair, to beat a team 3 times in a season.
Yes, it is.
Very extremely hard for them to do that.
You hear that all the time, you know, tournament time. It didn't help Algonac very much. Didn't help Marysville very much against Marine City. But you're right, it is especially hard to beat a team that you know so much about and knows so much about you 3 times.
St. Clair coming in at 11-10 on the season. Marine City 19-3. Obviously the clear-cut favorite, but St. Clair's got a 1-point lead and doing an excellent job against Marine City so far. Here in the third quarter, 5:51 left to go, third quarter. Larch to Kotecki, to Barnum, who's going to launch a wide open 3. Good.
That's a plus. That's a plus for the Saints.
Barnum can hit the 3, and if you leave him wide open, that's almost counting it all the time. As Marine City left him open there. Becker to Bradford.
We have a new Mariner in there. Wilkie, 53.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Just pointed that out. Wilkie has checked in for Marine City.
Sophomore.
Did a nice job the game we saw him Wednesday against Algonac. And obviously, Coach said looking for some type of offensive punch.
Yeah, looking for a spark, I think.
Becker to Bradford. Thought about 3. Up top, dangerous pass there.
Yes, it is.
Mastery to Becker. A little far out for his range. Mastery thought about 3. Puts on the floor, hands it to Becker. Becker back to Mastery. To Bradford. Becker in the corner. Mastery up top.
Nice pass.
Pass to Becker. Takes it up strong against Grice. He's going to draw the foul on Grice. He'll go to the line for 2.
I think he used a little more dipsy-do there than he needed to.
I think he was, like you said,
Yeah.
a little more concerned about drawing the foul. He had a good chance to get a 3-point play off.
He looked like he was going to take it up strong, but then sort of shied away and flipped it up.
He'll still step the line for 2. As his Marine City team, is down by 4, now down by 3 as he hits the first free throw.
We'll see if Marine City throws a press on here.
Second one's on the way, good.
Nope.
And nope. Has to go a little half-court trap. Well, just pick him up man-to-man.
It is half court.
Yep. St. Clair did a nice job recognizing that, and they did a nice job to get it in Grice inside. Grice, tough shot. Larson, the rebound, nothing. And it comes in the hands of Mastery. St. Clair, nice job there trying to get a shot off. They got a couple good shots off on the offensive end. Didn't convert. The other end, Bradford to Sadlowski. His shot's no good. We got
A big push out, big clear out there by Becker.
wide open for the rebound. Now we know why. Foul's on Becker. His first, team's second. Barnum in trouble, dribbles out of it. And we got a foul on Mastery. That's going to be his second. Team's third. Kotecki to inbound.
The Mariners going to a little zone here also.
Larch to Barnum. Grice in the corner. Larch. Picks it up, gives it to Barnum. 4:02 left third quarter. Pass inside, Larson, no good. Ball batted out to Barnum from Sadlowski. Barnum launches the 3 short and comes in the hands of Sadlowski, who gives it to Becker, and Becker throws it away. All the guards ran away there, Coach. They all took off down the court and that left the big guys down there wondering, hey, guys, don't do this to us. We're supposed to be playing inside, not bringing the ball up the court. Can't give up those costly turnovers in a game like this. Pass to Larson. Larch puts on the floor. Shots up and good, 26-22. Boy, this is untypical of Marine City having a tough time trying to find offense. They only got 22 points in the third quarter. That's usually what they have to have at the end of the first quarter. And that's a travel call there. Quickly, Coach Seddon gets Kammer, Cottrell, and Zimmerman for Mastery, Bradford, and Wilkie.
Coach Seddon's just looking for the right combination. Don't reach.
Oh. Boy, they call that foul. They could have called a lot of other ones down here, and that was kind of a cheap one. Foul's on Zimmerman. His first, team's fourth. 3:17 left to go, third quarter. Barnum to Kotecki. Cross-court pass, Larch, wide open three-point shot. Thinks about it, says he gives it to Grice. Grice cross-court back to Kotecki. Kotecki to Barnum. Barnum to Larch. Larch back to Barnum. Barnum to Grice. Grice thought about three-point shot, said kicks back out to Barnum. Barnum to Kotecki. Kotecki to Larch.
Boy, the skip pass for the Saints is just
killing.
Wide on wide open. That pass right there.
Grice thought about it, said gives it to Larch. Larch up to Barnum. Barnum to Kotecki. Kotecki drives it in, kicks it off to Grice. Grice shots up and good. Ooh, we got a game here. 28-22. Becker to Zimmerman. Zimmerman to Cottrell. Back to Hammer inside. Timeout called, Marine City. Coach said not happy at all with his squad's play.
They just look out of sync. And a large part might be St. Clair's pressure defense taking them out of sync.
On the other end, St. Clair's going wild over here down to our left.
And I really, really think that they need to keep going wild. I think the intensity has gotten them to this point in the game, and they need to keep that up if they're going to be successful.
Boy, for St. Clair, you don't change a thing, do you? You
No.
just stick to your same game plan and just
You
work it to like you did the
keep playing
first
on
three quarters.
emotion.
Of course, the big story of this one is, without a doubt, St. Clair's pressure defense holding Marine City's high-scoring offense to only 22 points.
Almost through 3 quarters.
Which is unheard of. If you were talking about this game the night before, you wouldn't say at all, you wouldn't think that Marine City, you wouldn't think in your right mind Marine City would only have 22 points in almost the end of the third quarter.
But, you know, as we said earlier, this is the reason that they play the games.
Out of the timeout, Marine City inbound, Zimmerman to Cottrell. Cottrell dribbles out of trouble. Sets it up top to Zimmerman. Zimmerman back to Cottrell. To Becker. Becker to Zimmerman in the corner. Pass inside to Kammer. He bodies his way up. He's going to lay it up and in for two.
He is so strong.
Oh yeah, couldn't.
So
I don't know
strong.
why they're. I don't know why they just don't do that the whole game. You know, just go into their big guys like that somehow.
You know, I'm sure everyone listening to this knows this, but Wes is on his way to Michigan State on a football scholarship to play linebacker for him.
He got a full ride, I think, too, didn't
Yes.
he? So that's great for him. It's unbelievable. It's great too to see area players, you know, go to big schools like that, Big Ten school.
You don't
Division
see it
I.
often,
No, you don't, for sure.
especially in football, or especially in any sport, I suppose.
I think the last one from around here was, I can't even think really the last one from around here. I know Rick Granata went to Eastern Michigan, and he's doing well for them. Back to action, Larch. Takes up strong. Oh, almost got the three-point play, but drew the foul. Nice little play there by Larch, adjusting his shot to keep away from the block. Drew contact, gonna step to the line for two. Foul's on Becker. His second, team's fifth. Larch to the line for two. Sure, plenty enough time here. You know, Marine City has no reason at all to panic, without a doubt.
Well, they're frustrated. They're showing it. And they need to just calm down and get back to things that made them 19-3. Now, whether St. Clair is going to allow them to do that or not, you know, is what we're going to see in the fourth quarter.
Tough miss there for Larch. Oh, but there's Grice. He picks up the loose ball and lays it in. Grice getting all the scrap balls tonight and laying them up and in. 30-24, 57 seconds left, third quarter. Zimmerman for Marine City. Still with the ball, gives it to Cottrell. Up top, back on him. Now dribbles the pressure, picks up his dribble, swings it to Van Team. Van Team in the corner, Zimmerman. Nice pass inside Kammer, who kicks it up to Cottrell. He's going to be guilty of travel call there.
Yeah. Started running before he had the ball there.
Mullen checking back in for St. Clair for Larch. 37 ticks left, third quarter. St. Clair more likely will go for the last shot of this one.
Boy, I would. I think if you would ask Coach Monty, hey, you want to be up by 6 at halftime?
Oh, that's not what they wanted to do right there. As they turn it over on Marine City's full court press. Van Team to Zimmerman. Zimmerman to Sadlowski for three. Got it.
That's his first three of the night, I
Boy,
think.
that's what they need too for Marine City. That you got to get the crowd going back in it. For, you know, you're the home school, you're the host in the district finals. If you're going to have a chance in this, you got to get your crowd back on your
I
side.
think the crowd is just as in shock as we are.
Kotecki tries
They
dribbling.
still got time. They still got time.
6 seconds. Cottrell with 2, 1. They're not going to get a shot
they're
off. Well, you thought this was the end of the game here with all the I can't even see down in the court with all this crowd standing up. But we have 1 quarter left to play. 30-27 with that three-pointer by Sadlowski. That cuts St. Clair's lead to 3. And no room for panic for either team.
Like poor Chris Mullen, I don't know if you saw it or not, but I'm sure the people who are watching this broadcast, he tried to set a pick there on somebody who had a full head of steam and just got tattooed. Wilted him right to the floor. And as a player, you hate to do that and not get a call.
Right. And now we have a Michigan High School Athletic Association public service announcement. Nationwide statistics prove that young people who participate in high school activities such as sports, music, and drama have higher grade point averages, better daily attendance, fewer discipline problems, and lower dropout rates than those who do not. These students are in demand as employees and are tomorrow's leaders. Keep it that way. Support efforts in your community to promote and maintain a full school-sponsored student activities program. This was a public service message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association and St. Clair Cable Channel 6, as this place is erupting with both schools trying to get their teams pumped up with 1 quarter left to play. Marine City to inbound, start of the fourth quarter. Sadlowski. And traveled is the call. Turns it back over to St. Clair. Barnum bringing it up against Marine City's press that they fall off on. Cottrell on Barnum, swings it to Kotecki. Kotecki almost thought about the cross-court pass. Mullen, Grice in the corner. To Mullen. Mullen to Grice. Grice to Barnum. Back to Grice. Mullen in the corner. Mullen's gonna launch a 3. Short. Rebound. Grice goes up, got fouled. One thing you can say about St. Clair tonight is they're really active on the offensive end.
Yes, they are. They are hitting the boards hard. They got nothing to lose, and they know that, and they're playing like it.
They're certainly outsized, but definitely not out-hearted tonight.
No.
Tenure checks in for Sadlowski. That's kind of a gutsy move on Coach Seddon's call. I mean, I'm sure he knows what he's doing, but do you want to pull out a guy like Sadlowski who finally got a chance to get a good look at the 3 and he nailed it down? He might be feeling a little hot and he pulls him out of the game. Would you agree with that? Or?
Well, I'm sure Coach Seddon has his reasons. You know, I'm not sure what's happening here on the defensive end if Marcus allowed that ball to stay alive or not. But Ronnie, on the other hand, you know, is a force inside, which they really haven't used yet or haven't been able to use.
Bryce nailed the first one. Second one's on the way. Rims in and out to Kammer. Gives it up to Cottrell. Foul was on Zimmerman. That's his second. Team 6th. If you're a Marine City fan, you don't like to see that.
There's Tenure inside.
Van Team to Zimmerman. Cross court Cottrell. Inside to Tenure. Tenure to Zimmerman. Zimmerman to Cottrell. Pass goes inside. Nice little ball. That was pretty there.
There you go.
That was really pretty there to watch.
Soft hands.
Two big guys working together as Cottrell fed it to Tenure. Tenure turned around and fed it right back to Kammer. And that's going to be a foul on Kammer. But on the defensive end, Kammer is guilty of a shove foul on Mullen, pushing him out of bounds. Check the foul on Kammer. That's his first, team's 7th.
That was a good example there of Wes playing the passee instead of the passing lane, where he went right to Chris Mullen instead of trying to cut in front of him to take the ball away. A lot of times in a pressing situation, you should be able to read that pass and anticipate that and step in front. Where Wes got there a little bit late, couldn't put the brakes on and put Chris into the second roll there.
Mullen makes good on the free throw. Mullen doing a nice job coming off the bench tonight.
Oh, fantastic job.
I mean, you don't.
Fantastic job.
For him, he had to be really surprised coming in and playing in a big game like this. Coach Monty giving him all the confidence in the world. Mullen steps to the line calmly.
Biggest game of the year.
One. Missed the second one. Grice comes up with the rebound. He goes up and then lays it up and in. 34-29, 6:38 left to go. As Zimmerman, almost lost it out of bounds. Tenure. Nice pass inside Cameron and blocked by Larson, but there's a foul called. You got to, for St. Clair there, or excuse me, for Marine City, that's what you got to keep going to. That's your bread and butter play so far, going inside the camera. He's been the highlight of this, the only highlight for Marine City so far.
Offensively, yeah.
Check in Mastery, check out Cottrell for Marine City. Large checks in for Mullen for St. Clair. Cameron steps the line for 2 shots. First one's on the way. Long off the iron. Second one's on the way. Good. 34-30.
Half-court trap. Ooh.
Shaffron to
He almost traveled there.
Grice. Grice gives it to Barnum. Barnum to Larch. Larch to Shaffron. Marine City scrambling on defense. They got Shaffron in the corner. Gives it to Grice, and there's going to be a foul. Oh, no, he steps out of bounds. Obviously, the St. Clair fans aren't happy with that.
Yeah, I think they disagree with that. Just a guess.
Turns it over to Marine City. Mastery between the circles. Sets up the offense cross court to Zimmerman. Zimmerman back to Mastery. Mastery to Van Teen. Van Teen to Cameron.
Nice play.
In the corner to Zimmerman.
Nice play.
Launch, wide open 3, no good. Rebound Van Teen. His shot's no good. Rebound
I
Larson.
think that was blocked a little bit.
Larson kicked up for Larch.
Ooh.
Larch can be fouled. That could be intentional. It is. That's intentional there. That hurts Marine City. Well, Coach, what do you think? You think that was an intentional? Or,
Well, I'm sure all the
obviously
St.
it
Clair
was.
people are going to think I'm biased because I work in Marine City, but no, I don't think that was intentional. He fouled him hard, but he also hit the ball. It's not like he ran up from behind and grabbed him. Yeah, he was able to block the ball, and even though he came across to do that, no, I don't agree with that. But I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't agree with what I just said either.
That means 2 free throws and the ball out of bounds.
Yep.
For St. Clair, as Larch was the one who got fouled. He makes good on the first free throw. Second one's on the way. It's good.
Good looking shot, yep.
36-30.
Now, you know, after I've said that, I've thought, I'm not sure that the rule for intentional foul reads that way anymore.
St. Clair trying to catch Marine City off guard on the defensive end. Get inside to Larch, but it got blocked. Van Team on the other end, steps out of bounds.
I think what they've done is they've given the officials, now that I think back, a lot of leeway in calling that intentional foul, whether they think it was an over-aggressive type foul.
And we got to travel on this end as Barnum tried to catch Marine City off guard.
And if that's the case, and the official thought that was, he used more force than necessary, then yeah, I guess that would be an intentional foul. There's that lob again.
Oh, yep. Foul there on Barnum.
Well, it's the same pass that was taken away in the first half.
That's on Barnum. It's only the team's third. That's, but on the other end, St. Clair, every foul after that is going to be in the bonus. So
Yes.
Marine City's still 4 fouls away from even getting in the bonus. Mastery to Zimmerman. Well, I think for Marine City, what you got to do is your guard's got to try penetrating and kicking in. As Mastery does right there. Kicks it off to Tenure. He lays it up. No good. Rebound Shaffron. Barnum against Mastery. Pass inside Larson. He lays it up and in. Lead stretching for St. Clair. 38-30, 5:04 left.
St. Clair is just
Fourth quarter.
playing the perfect game right now, as they have the whole game.
Man team
And they are very, very much into it.
to Mastery. Mastery pass inside Cameron. He lays it up and in. 38-32, 4:45 left.
See, Marine City can't be content to trade baskets here. And on the other hand, you know, St. Clair has to be a little more careful with it. 4.5 to go. You got to be pretty sure with those passes.
Van Team goes up, blocked, and out of bounds off St. Clair.
I think Coach Monty's going to tell them that right now.
Timeout being called.
Hey guys, I think it's too early to go into our delay game. Still a lot of time left, but I said let's not try and thread any needles with the passes.
38-32, 4:30 is all that's left in this game. District title on the line.
And Coach Sutton, on the other hand, I'm sure is telling his team 4.5 minutes is plenty of time. But we can't be happy just to go back and forth and trade baskets with them. We're going to have to step things up on the defensive end.
As I said, district title is on the line for both schools. Marine City wins. It'll be their third in a row. St. Clair wins. It'll be their first in a couple years. And I'm getting hung here by some string that's coming down up top. Coming out of the timeout, St. Clair, first one's on the court. Marine City right after the foul them. Marine City unbound to start after the timeout. Zimmerman for the Mariners. Zimmerman, Van Team, Mastery, Tenure, and Kammer for Marine City. Beck, Larch, Shaffron, Larson, and Kotecki for St. Clair. Mastery to Van Team, to Tenure. Tenure with the ball, gives it to Mastery. Mastery dribbles through it, back to Van Team.
Zimmerman's open. Not
Van
anymore.
Team to Kammer. And what do we got here? Hold on, Shaffron. Getting down to the nitty-gritty now, Coach.
Well, the officials have their opportunity to call that every time down the floor on both ends. Because it's very physical on the boxes. There you go.
Pass goes into Tenure. His shot's up and no good. Rebound, Shaffron gives it to Larch. Back to Beck.
Marine City's gone back to their man-to-man, trying to put a little more pressure on them.
Kotecki to Larch, back to Kotecki. 3:57 left. Marine City down 6 at Marine City High School. Jam-packed gymnasium for this one. Marine City obviously the favorite. St. Clair saying, nuh-uh, not tonight. Nice pass inside. Larson doesn't move. Up and in. Oh, that started that with the dribble penetrate from Larch. Kicked it right up to a wide open Larson. Mastery wide open three. Rolls around no good. Shaffron rips it down and gives it to Kotecki. Back to Kotecki. Ooh, dangerous pass, and that's going to be a foul on Larson.
No, on Zimmerman, I think.
Oh.
I think he was pushing off with his offhand as he was stealing the ball.
Oh, we could. Coach Sutton not happy at all with that call. At all. See, we got Barnum checks back in as Grice for St. Clair.
It's getting to the time in the game, a little bit longer, before Coach Monty starts to take the air out of the ball and go into his delay. Boy, that is just killing Marine City right there. Just killing him.
Barnum.
The offensive rebounds, I mean.
Back to Larch. Larch to Barnum. Under 3 left. Grice, every basket's big now.
Yes, St. Clair is in their better than good mode right now. Good shot is something you get through your offense normally. They want a better than good shot right now.
Larson to Larch. Just eating time away, St. Clair. And yep, we got a travel called. Travel called on Larson as he tried to go to the hole, picked up his, dribble a little early. 2:30, that's all that's left. Mastery to Zimmerman. Marine City down 8.
A little lackadaisical pass there.
Almost turns it over. Van Team to Tenure. Zimmerman thought about the three. Cut off.
Needs to think a little more about it.
Mastery thought about it. And we're gonna, nobody wants to shoot it. Van Team wants to shoot it, he'll launch it. No good. Rebound goes right into the hands of Larch.
Marine City's gonna have to foul.
Larson.
They're down by 8.
to Kotecki. Watch out there. I almost turned it over. Grice in the corner to Barnum. Barnum to Larch. Larch to Kotecki, who he thought about it, but he don't want to shoot that now. Drives in.
Oh.
Blocked.
And Coach Monty's not happy with that.
Time's running down, though, on Marine City. There's only 1:40 left. They got to find something on offense. Zimmerman's got to shoot that. He launched the three. Nothing. Rebound Van Team. He goes up with it strong, no good. Kammer taps it. Van Team comes up with it, and he's going to be fouled by Kotecki.
That's still on the floor, though. That's not a 1-and-1 yet.
Right.
I'd be surprised if one of these teams doesn't call a timeout here real quick. Even though St. Clair's up, they might want one just to talk about what they want to do offensively.
Foul's on Kotecki. That's his first only. Team's fifth. As I said, that's right. They're not in the bonus. Marine City has to inbound. They can't have time to fool around here. They just got to go up with it. As Master does, he's going to draw the foul on Larson. And you're wondering why Marine City hasn't been doing that all game. They just haven't seemed to want to attack the basket. Going to get a timeout for St. Clair.
You know, I'm not sure it's so much that Marine City didn't want to, but St. Clair has really done a nice job of swarming the ball and helping out down low.
.118. That's all that's left. 40-32. St. Clair looking better every minute. To wrapping up.
I'm sure
district title.
A little contrast in talks here. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Coach Seddon is very relaxed and he's trying to get his guys to calm down and say, hey, we're down 8. We got a little over a minute. This is what we have to do. You know, we're going to have to go for the steal right away. If not, we're going to have to foul them. And offensively, we want to do this. Coach Monty, on the other hand, I bet you, is just at a fever's pitch trying to keep his guys up. You know, we are a minute from winning a district championship that no one gave us a chance to win at the start. Okay, what we need to do is we need to go out there and make sure of every pass. We have to make sure on every cut to the basket. We have to make sure on our picks, make sure they don't get second shots. You know, and he's just going through a list of things. You know, let's work our delay game, the things we've been working on in practice. Okay, and we're playing next week. Okay, and if you get stuck, call a timeout.
As you said, the winner goes on to meet the regionals starting next week. That's at Yale High School, I believe?
Yale High School, yes.
And they play the winners. Who would they end up meeting?
I believe they're going to play Flint Beecher.
Flint Beecher?
Yeah.
Which would be a tough one.
They're not as tough as they've been in the past. Yeah.
Mastery, almost automatic at the line, nails the first one. Big free throws here for him.
And then the other side of the bracket will probably be Emily City, who's playing Avondale tonight. And then a team from Linden, which I understand might be the best team of the 4. Linden is ranked very high in the state.
40-34, I think they got a foul. They do. Mastery fouls Barnum right down in front of us. St. Clair up 6, 1:15 left to go. Barnum, good free throw shooter for St. Clair. Shooting probably right around 75% or so from the line. It's an estimated guess from my point.
I think the key for the Mariners is not to let him have the ball inbounds, because once he has it, I don't think he's going to get rid of it. He's going to make the Mariners foul him. You know, if Marine City has its choice, I'm sure they don't want to put Barnum at the line.
Second one for Barnum's on the way. He got the first, he got the second. Extends it back to an 8-point lead. Van Team. Boy, look at those 2 guards for St. Clair working the ball, not letting Marine City do anything. Van Team, somebody's going to have to shoot it. Van Team in the corner.
Look inside.
Goes to Tenure, he lays it up, no good. Rebound, Larson, up to Larch. Blocked, but fouled by Mastery. And that might just put the coffin shut closed, Coach. I don't know. It's going to be hard to battle back down 8 with 51 seconds left to go. And Larch stepping to the free throw line. Shocker in Marine City. Stick with us after the game. We'll have post-game interviews with some very exciting people. in the St. Clair locker room, I'm sure, if they end up winning this one. Larch got it to roll and fall.
I wonder if Coach Monty's going to have a voice.
I don't know.
He might have to do some sign language.
Larch on the second one. He nails this one good. That might just do it.
And Coach Monty will have a chance to give about 8 or 9 cliches after this game because all of them will be true for him.
Well, nobody wants to shoot it. Bradford will shoot it.
Time out, time out, time out.
They got it. They're lucky they got it, too, because St. Clair was breaking. 44-37. Bradford nailed the three.
Boy, coming in, nobody, well, with the exception of people that thought with their hearts, really gave St. Clair a chance in this one. You know, except for, I know that Coach Seddon gave St. Clair a chance because I talked to him about it, because he respected how hard they would come out and play. But, you know, you just look at the records, you look how the last 2 games have gone. You know, but it goes back to what you said earlier. It is extremely difficult to beat a team 3 times, especially an athletic, physical team.
St. Clair's got excellent play tonight from their bench. Chris Mullen came in and did a real nice job for St. Clair.
Oh, outstanding. Outstanding.
As well as many other players. Eric Beck did a nice job coming off the bench, giving Glenn Barnum a rest. And I noticed St. Clair's tonight without one of their hustlers and rebounders inside. Tim Amiel is dressed in street clothes tonight for the game. Not sure why. But St. Clair's, without a doubt, done the job tonight. Marine City will definitely have to foul here right away.
They got nobody deep. They got nobody deep.
Now Van Team runs back there. And pass goes into Larch, immediately fouled by Zimmerman. This is a tough situation here for the Marine City coach. You know, he's just hoping that Larch misses and his team gets the rebound.
If St. Clair makes their free throws, this game's over. It's going to be difficult regardless. You know, they're down 7, so it's 3 possessions.
That's 5 on Zimmerman. He's fouled out. Cottrell's have to check back in. Of course, the thing Zimmerman will have to realize after this game is he's got another chance next year. A lot of these guys are seniors.
Well, the majority of them.
Majority of them are seniors, and they don't have another chance next year.
Well, it's easy to say now,
right?
And I know that to a man, probably the Marine City team are probably thinking to themselves, just shut up about it. But you know, they've had a heck of a year.
Oh, geez,
you know,
without a doubt.
It's tough to lose in the district finals, but you know, 19 wins, if I'm not mistaken, ties the school record.
Becker for a long 3, he got it.
Timeout, timeout.
Don't count him out just yet.
There you go.
45-40. A little smile on Coach Monty's part down there.
Well,
don't know why, but
I've been right on the money so far. I've counted St. Clair out right at the beginning, you know, and they got a 5-point lead with 30 seconds to go. I just got done counting Marine City out, and now, you know, they're only down 5 with 30 seconds to go. So 2 possessions. What hurts Marine City, obviously, is not having Zimmerman in it, because he's the best outside shooter they have. You know, but we're going to see the same game plan here, in as much as they have to go for the steal right away, and if they don't get it, they got to foul right away. They probably are going to not have anyone on the ball. Well, I say that, but I'm not sure. Not have anyone on the ball and double team one of their guards and see if they can make them pass it into one of their forwards and foul them and get them to the line. Yeah, they're double teaming Barnum.
Kortecki runs the baseline after the make.
That's
into Larch. Nobody's fouling him. Now finally they got him.
They're trying to foul him.
Cottrell got him.
I think
29 seconds left.
Cottrell and Becker should have switched on that pick, and Matt should have taken off with Larch.
Actually, I guess a good person to follow because he misses, just went down and split the last 2. Wouldn't want to follow Barnum.
Well, that's the reason the Mariners put 2 on Barnum.
Larch steps to the line. First one's on the way. Short, but he got it to fall. Rolls around him in.
Shooter's touch, as they say.
Yep. Big free throws for St. Clair right here. 46-40, only 29 seconds left. District title on line. Second one's on the way, nothing but net. We got 3 possessions here. Cottrell launches a 3. Short, Large chase it down. That's going to do it probably. As the long pass goes to Barnum, he's just
That's a
going to
good
slow
move
it
by
up.
Barnum to pull it out, not shoot the ball.
And that's going to be fouled on Becker with 16 seconds left. St. Clair's going to win this one, and a surprise. Boy, I guess we have the chance right now. We'd like to congratulate St. Clair.
Oh my, yes.
With, you know, they had a rough season, but this wipes out everything. To tell you the truth, who cares about all the other things that happened last in the season? This wipes everything out.
This has just been an amazing game for the Saints. They did exactly what they had to do.
It's all in the textbook now for St. Clair as Mastery Greer will penetrate shots up and good, but that's going to do it. 47-42. 5 seconds left. Thrown out of bounds off Marine City hand.
Yeah, and the fans, I think, just realized it.
Oteki to Large is going to run the timeout with the ball. 1 second, that does it for St. Clair. They're going nuts at half court.
As they should.
Oh yeah, sure.
As they should.
As I said earlier, we congratulate Coach Monty and his team, as well as Coach Sutton and his team.
Yes,
too.
they had
We can't
just an
rule out-
outstanding year.
Definitely.
Outstanding year. It's a shame that that they had the numbers they had and did not come away with a S.C.A.L championship or a district title. But they had a great year.
St. Clair's moving on to the regionals at Yale High School starting next week. They'll find out who they'll play probably this weekend and what time and date. Mike and I are going to hop down from here and travel down and see if we can get a few interviews with some of the winning coaches and players, and we'll be back right after this.